I think there's going to be people playing games. It's just one of the
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
happen when new toys like this come out. And yes, people were very excited. Back to your original point, don't forget there was 50, I forget how much sacrificed. I think there was about $50 million that sacrificed for this as well.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And a lot of those, ended up with the I forget whether they got USDL or loan tokens. Either way, I kind of see the loan token as a incentive type token where, once you stake, you earn a bunch of it, and you do earn a bunch. Because I played around with a little bit here. I staked some USDL in the stability pool. From here, you earn the part of the liquidations, and you earn part of the loan token. Then you can stake your loan token, which this adds up quickly. I think the first day I did it, I ended up with like $3 million overnight, or 3 million. I'm sorry, $3 million, 3 million loan tokens overnight. So then I claimed them and claimed the Pulse, and then went to the staking pool and then staked that. So I keep every day pretty much will pull or claim and then add those into there, which this then returns. The staking pool where you stake loan will give you a portion of redemption fees and issuance gain. Now, there is no redemption fees for the first 14 days, so you cannot redeem your USDL or loan. I forget which one, but 14 days it's locked. So you can't do anything for now. So you might as well earn more of it. But yeah, I think that's what's happening. It's a neat toy. But again, be very careful. Watch the videos. Make sure. My recommendation is I wouldn't go under 500% at this time of the market, especially. I would prefer the one I did. I started at 1,000%. As far as collateralization goes, and I think I'm now down to like 800% just from the price dip. So I'm protected up to like a 89% dip at 1,000% collateralization. So
tongue twister.
Tricky word there, isn't it?
Twicky woe. Twicky woe. That's my son used to say.
Yeah. But anyway, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't go in there and just pull out a loan and borrow something and not know what you're doing and get yourself wrecked. You're gonna end up losing your stuff if you're not really sure what you're doing. Ask somebody or watch videos and learn. Or this is a clone or a fork of Liquidity, which is already on Ethereum. So go in there and look at its stats and things like that before you mess around and degen too badly and hurt yourself, and then you end up with a lot less than you started with. So
yeah,
just some advice.
Amen. It's something to be very, very careful with. Yeah. And I do think hey, we got to realize, like, zoom out. It's only been 5 days since this thing launched, or 4 days or whatever. And this was the most highly anticipated thing to launch on this chain, really. I mean, like, dating back years now. I mean, it's been one of the biggest things that people have been anticipating. And I guess like the action in the market today might answer this question for us, Ewok. But a lot of people are saying, and I think it's kind of a misguided opinion, that the existence of liquid loans and the fact that it is here, they've been making this argument that having it available will get rid of sell pressure. Just the fact that it's there. I mean, I think that's a misnomer. I mean, I think that we will see, that platform could obviously really hyper things up when we are going up, and then have the opposite effect when things are going down. And we're only a few days in. So yeah, we're going to see this like crazy volatility with people using it, I think. But what do you make of that argument about just its existence will get rid of sell pressure?
I disagree. I think people are still going to sell. It will get rid of some of the people that need to sell for a reason. If they're in a bad spot, I think they can take a loan rather than sell a big chunk of their wallet, which is good, right? I mean, there's always good to have a tool. If you need your car needs inspected and it's $1,000 that you don't have, or that's
Yeah.
just an example. Um, you could borrow $1,000, and then hopefully, as the market goes up, you can kind of pay it back with the equity that you have built in.
Hmm.
y- you know so there are ways that will reduce some sell pressure. Now, as it comes back down, and people are going to get hurt with it, at the top. So that is one thing, is when this market rolls over and starts to go back, I would pull a lot of stuff if you're making these loans later on, or you're going to find that it quickly drops and liquidations happen left and right. People will forget about what they had in there. That's always a
Right.
possibility. Somebody makes something and then forgets about it, and they forget to pay it back, or whatever. So, yeah, it's just use extreme caution. If you don't know what you're doing, get help or just don't touch it. But
Yes.
I don't think it's going to, I don't think it's going to ease up on the sellers and the reasons to dump. People are going to get out if they want to get out. So,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, I
tool.
think
It's
so.
a tool. Use it accordingly.
I think so too. And it makes perfect sense that we're seeing it used so much here in the first few days. This will be not forgotten about, but it won't be as prominent. People will move
Right.
on,
Yep.
go back to
Absolutely.
just buying spot. And that's another thing too. It also makes sense, this is launching, you know, by plan, obviously, but everybody's still like pretty massively down.
Yep.
So it only makes sense that people, as soon as this thing launches, want to get like leveraged long big time and try to recoup maybe all of these losses that they've had or try to make a bunch back. And it's unfortunately for many people a road to ruin if you don't know what
Yep.
you're doing. I mean, it's just, if this doesn't interest you, or if it does and you just don't understand it, and you don't feel like you can make time to understand it, look, there's nothing wrong, especially today, with buying any of these assets at spot right now. I mean, like I'm just sitting here right now wishing I had more cash liquid to be able to put into the market. Really,
Yeah.
maybe I could take out a liquid loan, but really, I mean, like just buying spot, you're not doing poorly right now. So I
Right.
think people just need to realize that,
Yeah.
and you can't make it all back with one trade or one long or something like that.
No.
And hey, I will say it to we're blue in the face, but the biggest thing is to just be patient, and keep buying and keep your long-term plan in mind. But hey, bottom line, I am happy that this thing is finally launched. It's brought a lot of bullish sentiment to the ecosystem that, was existed for about 4 days. And it's cool that it's finally out. So
Yep.
glad you're able
Exciting.
to yeah, for sure.